Gang slide through the block where it's going down. Where we don't never say a word, we just lay them down. That's on the gang, homie, shit, we never fuck around. It's blucka, homie, shit, you know we empty rounds. The shit is scandalous, yeah, scandalous on this side of town. So best to never speak a word or end up underground. We never let you slide, homie, this is do or die. You spread them lies, you pay the price, I mean with your demise. That's on the hood, homie, shit, we hold it down with pride. We handle business, homie, shit, we never think it twice. We busting highlights on the oppositions till they die. Cause me and all my perros always be down for the crime. That's on the block, homie, shit, you know we done alright. We catch the enemy slipping, homie. There's no rewind. Now here you have the A's gang, which is known as the AFCB, which is the All for Crime Bloods. Now the All for Crime Bloods are on the east side of South Central, which is, east side of, South Los Angeles. Now the All Crime Bloods share territory with the 38th Street gang, you know what I mean? Now the All Crime family does have family ties with the Rolling 40 Pyrus. Now the A's neighborhood, their territory is from Ascot Street all the way to Compton Boulevard, from 41st Street all the way to Vernon. So that is the heart of their neighborhood, their dojo, where they be running amok and getting on and cracking. You know what I mean? That's where it be going down. Now, this neighborhood is known to wear the Angels, so the Los Angeles Angels merchandise. Kind of like the OC gangs. But obviously they do it because of the letter A, standing for their hood, all crime, all for crime. And obviously because it's red, so because they are Bloods. Now, they do have cliques, kind of like other neighborhoods have cliques. They have the 31st Street, they have the Place, the 42nd Street, also along the Dorsey Street. Now, they're surrounded by enemies right there, my boy, because they have nothing but pure Gangster Crips surrounding them, like 42nd Gangster Crip, 43rd Gangster Crip, 48th, 53rd Avalons. But nonetheless, homie, this neighborhood may not be as large as some of these other blood sets, and they may be surrounded by enemies, but these guys have managed to hold their own and put it down right there for their neighborhood. These guys ain't no suckers. They do get it on the cracking, they do represent it, they do hold down the fort right there for their neighborhood and continue to do so, you know what I mean? They're not the most talked about or recognized neighborhood, but let me tell you, homie, they hold down the fort, dog. Like I said, they're surrounded by Crips, yet they're still standing. But that's what's up with the All for Crime Bloods right there. Now, here we have one of the more larger and notorious neighborhoods within this region. On the east side, you have the East Side Rolling 20 Outlaw Bloods. Obviously, it's an African-American street gang located on the east side of South Los Angeles, so east side of South Central. Now the Outlaw Bloods, the Outlaw 20s are sometimes confused with the Rolling 20 Neighborhood Bloods. Even though they're cool, they're two different gangs, right? You have the Rolling 20 Neighborhood Bloods, and then you have the Rolling 20 Outlaw Bloods, so they're not the same, you know what I mean? Similarity in names, but two different gangs, you know what I mean? Now, their neighborhood stretches from 20th Street to Jefferson Boulevard between Main and Central, which intertwines with Eastside 13's neighborhood. The reason why there's heavy beef and tensions between both of these groups, they made the news several times. Shit has been documented. It's been in books. You know what I mean? The homicide, between both groups and carnage and chaos that be going down right there between both neighborhoods. It's treacherous, man. It's bloody. It's crazy. Because they with the business as well. You know what I mean? And large. So they hold it down right there. Now the Outlaw 20s are allies with the Bloodstone Pyrus, with the Rolling 20 Neighborhood Bloods, and also with the Bloodstone Villains. Now, their rivals are like the 43rd Gangster Crips, the Avalon Gangster Crips, the Broadway Gangster Crips, and like the Eastside 13 neighborhood, you know what I mean? Like I said, due to the fact that they share neighborhoods right there, it just makes, it'd be crazy, homie. It'd be going down right here. It's treacherous. But nonetheless, the Outlaw Bloods continue to represent theirs and hold theirs down and still put theirs on the map. Also, now right here, you have the 43GC, which is the 43rd Gangster Crips, also known as the 4 Trade Gangster Crips, are an active African-American street gang located right here on the east side of South Central Los Angeles. The 4 Trade Gangsters Crips were established by former members of the East Side Crips. Now the originals from A-Trade Gangster Crips, now they they started it since the 1970s. You know what I mean? Now the 4 Trade Gangster Crips consist of 2 cliques: the Southside 43rd Gangster Crips, and then you have the Eastside 43rd Gangster Crips. Now the Southside 4 Trade Gangster Crips are located on Alameda Street and Washington Boulevard, while the 43rd Gangster Crips fall under the Gangster Crip umbrella. Now, the 4 Trades have also allies with the 40s Gangster Crips, 42nd Gangster Crips, and the 4 Deuce Gangster Crips, and the 48 Gangster Crips, also known as the 4-8 Gangster Crips. Now, they're allies with the 87 Gangster Crips, 97 Gangster Crips. Despite the 4 Trade Gangster Crips being a part of the Gangster Crip card, they are known for forming an alliance with the gangs under the neighborhood or the rolling O's, the Deuces. Now, which are considered rivals of the Gangster Crips. These alliance is formed in the world of gangs. You already know, business wise, or whatever benefits the neighborhoods, for any means. You know what I mean? Now, since the 1970s and the 1980s. Now, however, today it's common to see the types of allies fight other enemies. Like I said, whatever suits the gang. Whatever is best for the gang. Now, the 4 Trade Gangsters Crips and the Avalon 40 Crips have one of the longest standing feuds, so they do not get along, homie. There's definitely beef between them groups, you know what I mean? Now, the feud between the 8 Trade Gangster Crips and the Rolling 60 Neighborhood Crips. Now, the 4 Trade and the 40 Avalons have been feuding for over 40 years, my boy. So you already know, homie. You get on and cracking. This already been covered by all kinds of shit. Their other rivals are like the 42nd Broadway Gangster Crips, the Rolling 20 Outlaw Bloods, the Bloodstones, the Bishops, the Avalons, obviously. Like I said, homie, it just be gone and cracking over here. But nonetheless, homie, you know what I'm saying? The 43rds, they continue to represent and hold down their fort. Now, another neighborhood that's located on this side, you have the Broadway Gangster Crips, the BGC neighborhood, an active African-American gang located on the west side of South Central. So, not on the east side, but on the west side of South Central. I know the east side tends to have more neighborhoods, but they're also located on the west side, not just the east side. Now, the west side of South Central is, where they be conducting their business. Now, they originated during the 1970s, so they have been active for more than 40 years, my boy. Now, the Broadway Gangster Crips consists of 2 cliques, the 52nd Broadway Gangster Crips and the 112th Street Broadway Gangster Crips. Now, the Broadway Crips refer to the west side of West Town, fall under the Gangster Crip umbrella, so they are, Gangster Crips. Despite being a long feud with the Gangster Crips card, they feud with the 42nd Gangster Crips and the 43rd Gangster Crips, also with the 97 Gangster Crips. Like I said, just because, they fall under like Crip cards or umbrellas and allies, you're gonna get certain gangs that just beef with each other, kind of like Sureño neighborhoods. That's just how it goes, homie. These neighborhoods are large, spread out, so many neighborhoods jam-packed in one area, you're gonna get egos clashing. That's just how it goes down. Now, the 52nd Broadway Gangster Crips, pronounced as the 5 Deuce, originated around the 52nd Street between Broadway and Avalon Boulevard. Now, the 5 Deuce Broadway feud with the East Coast Crips, especially with the 6-pack East Coast Crips and the Rolling 40 Neighborhood Crips. Now, the 112th Street Broadway Gangster Crips, pronounced as 11 Deuce territory, runs from 112th Street between Broadway and San Pedro. Now, the 11 Deuce Broadway mainly feud with the 111th Street Neighborhood Crips, the Denver Lake Bloods, the East Coast Crips, and the 52nd Hoover Gangster Crips. Now, the Broadway Gangster Crips are allies with the 4 Trade Gangster Crips and the Avalon Gangster Crips, along with the Trouble Street Gangster Crips, and they rival with the Man Swan, Bloodstones, all them Pyrus and Blood sets, and obviously East Coast Crips and Rolling 50 Crips and Neighborhood Crips. That's pretty much just how it goes down. Like I said, so many gangs jam-packed in one area, you're going to get egos clashing. But that's what's up with the Broadway Gangster Crips right there, representing still and holding down the fort for their set and putting theirs on the map, you know what I mean? Now, another neighborhood that you have right here is the Rolling 40 Avalon Gangster Crips. Now, the Rolling 40 Avalon Gangster Crips, or as known as the R40 AGC, for Rolling 40 Avalon Gangster Crips. Now, the reason why Rolling 40s is because their neighborhood rolls over throughout the 40s. So the 40th Street, 41st Street, 42nd Street, 43rd Street, 44th Street, and you already, get the hit, you know, so on and so on. That's why they're called the rolling 40s, rolling throughout the whole, you know, 40 streets. Now, they're known as the 40 Avalon. They're known as the Avalon 40 Crips. They are a subset, larger to the Avalon Gangster Crips. So, you know, obviously the Avalon Gangster Crips is the main neighborhood, you know what I mean? So they're just like the sub gang that falls under their umbrella. Now, their neighborhood is located on Main Street between Vernon and Martin Luther King. The Avalon 40s consists of 2 cliques, which is the 41st Street and the 43rds. You know, that's why, you know, the rolling 40s, you know, like I say, 41st Street, 40th Street, 41st Street, 42nd Street, 43rd Street, and so on. Now, the Avalon 40 Crips are also allies to the subset of Avalon Gangster Crips that are also allies with the 52nd Broadway Gangster Crips and the 51st Trouble Gang. Now, the Avalon 40 Crips' main rival are the 42nd Gangster Crips and the 43rd, you know, the Trays, pues, you know, like the 43rd Tray Gangster Crips. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they got a few rappers out of this neighborhood too. You guys can check out the music right here. And this neighborhood continues to hold it down for their side and continue to put theirs on the map. You know what I mean? These guys ain't no suckers, but that's what's up with the Avalon, the 40s, rolling 40s on Avalon, you know, and holding it down.